Howdy.
Chair Harris.
Howdy.
Senator McCauser.
Howdy.
Senator Weathers.
Howdy.
Senator Thornburg.
Howdy.
Senator Mellicon.
Howdy.
Senator Lasso Vega. Senator Gonzalez. Senator Riley.
Howdy.
Senator Robinson. Senator S. Brown. Senator Heaver. Senator Strickland. Senator Lodgson. Senator Young. Senator Russo. Senator Bowen. Senator Spencer.
Howdy.
Senator Cadelo. Senator Manby. Senator Simon. Senator Chen. Senator Pittman. Senator Nelson. Senator Altendorf. Senator Kingsbury. Senator Jessup. Senator King. Senator Morris. Senator Kelly. Senator Hernandez. Senator McDonald. Senator Struble. Senator Bonner. Senator T. Brown. Senator Casaleja. Senator Sirius. Senator Esparza.
Howdy.
Senator Gore. Senator Heath. Oh, howdy. Senator Hilton. Senator Clefley. Senator Colker. Lawson. Luce. Murad. Malona. Roberts. Shuck. Scoggins. L. Sullivan. R. Sullivan. Midnight. Webb. And Womack. Cobb. Penniman.
Okay, let's roll. We will move into communication and pledges of allegiance. Chair McNutt, would you please lead us around?
Everyone, if you would bow with me. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this opportunity for us to come together to represent our fellow students, Lord. Thank you so much for everything in this life that we know is good. Because there's nothing that we have at all that's good that didn't come from you, and help us to realize that. Help us to represent our institution, Texas A&M, very well tonight, and do it for your glory, Father. For it's in Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
And then, Speaker Hathaway, would you please read our mission statement and core value? We have the Constitution.
Bylaws. Constitution, bylaws, anybody?
Yeah.
She said.
Here.
Go here. There we go. Sorry, logistical issues.
Howdy. The Texas A&M University Student Senate represents all students in order to enhance the Texas A&M experience within our university and communities through research, legislation, and advocacy in accordance with the core values of our institution. The core values of our university are loyalty, integrity, excellence, leadership, selfless service, and respect. Thank you.
All right, thank you. With that, Chair's been made aware of a couple of items for before him. So first, we have Fernando Trevino. And you have 2.5 minutes starting at
Howdy. If it's all right with you, I've got a few prepared remarks. I'm Fernando Trevino. I am the new student regent. Well, starting on June 1st, I will be your new student regent. I just wanted to introduce myself and say that it is a pleasure to get to work with y'all over this next year. As you know, a second-generation American and more importantly, a second-generation Aggie, I'm just so humbled to get to represent 120,000 students in 11 universities across our great state. And I've always thought that, what's made our state great is the dedication that we have to hard work and the excellence in education that we get here. As your student regent, I am going to work to make sure that the money that we work hard to put into this institution will be spent wisely. So, there are those of us who are here off of generous scholarships, those of us who have to get loans, unfortunately, those of us who have to work, and those of us who have parents who are helping us out. And I think that we're here to do a good job, we're here to get an education, and we should get a quality education at an affordable price. I look forward once again to working with all of you. Thank you for your time. Gig'em, and God bless.
Gig'em.
Next we have Senator Womack.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Mark Womack. I just want to say that I'm really excited about the new session of the Student Senate. I really think we got a lot of fresh faces, and this is going to be a really great student session for group. And it's just going to be really exciting. I want to just start a little bit with something that's going to come up a little bit later, and then go into what I really want to talk about. Just really quick, because this is not a debatable motion that we're going to make later. It might be a little confusing on what's going to happen with that. I just want to talk to you a little bit about the Exec Council confirmations that are going to come up. That is Kevin P. for Finance and Robert Scoggins for Special Advisor. Unfortunately, because of time restrictions, this being the last meeting, we didn't have their applications a week in advance. However, if you count the times that they applied for other Exec Council positions, we did have their applications a week in advance, so you can consider that important. And it's just really important that these people get confirmed at this meeting, otherwise they're going to have to go the entire summer not serving students, and there's really nothing objectionable about these two upstanding individuals. There's no reason why we shouldn't vote for them. So if that's the case, don't let the idea, it sounds scary when we say suspend the bylaws, but all we're saying is that basically in this exception we're going to not worry so much about the minute detail because these two individuals are qualified. We did have their applications, not these specific applications, just to make sure there's no impropriety. We're going to make sure that we do this just to be up and level-handed. So don't worry at all about the bylaw suspension. It's not objectionable or concerning. What I actually want to talk to you guys about is how excited I am for this to be a new student senate and for this to be such a great group of people. The thing, I'm not trying to say that I'm glad the 63rd session is done or that I didn't like those people. And this is not about in-state tuition. This is not about the sex ed bill or anything. I'm just thinking that the focus everybody here has on serving students is awesome. I hear, Chairman McNutt talking about, hey, just let's fix the sidewalks, or, Brody talking about, let's do some Q drops, or other senators saying, there's all these different reasons we have to serve students. And I think, and this is, myself included, because I've been doing this for, a while, it gets, whenever it's the fall semester and there's this contentious issue, a lot of times we get so caught up on these big issues that we forget about the broken sidewalk in front of Clements or the Q-drop bill, or all these different things that get kind of put on the back burner because it's not being discussed in the battalion or it's not on the front page in the news. That doesn't mean that those things aren't important, because we legitimately have a real opportunity to impact students in a tangible way every single day. And if you can look at yourself in the mirror every night and say, how did I advance an issue? What did I do to serve students today? Because you are here and a lot of people aren't. Guys, let's use this opportunity. Don't forget this summer that you can still do research, and let's run into next fall, hit the ground running, and serve students today.
Thank you. Next we have Chair Thornburg. You have 2 minutes starting. Howdy.
Howdy, Senate. Well, I'll try not to cry this time. But I wanted to let y'all know that I am the newly announced campus liaison representative, excuse my language, for Lux Lane Bernard. It's a clothing line, and I want to come to y'all first. Hey.
Clothing.
Hey. Yeah. Okay, it's a clothing line, and we're online, and it's polos and koozies, and it's just amazing. So, don't go buy anything yet, because I'm going to get a promo code here in about a week or so. But I'm going to have free stuff, so if anybody wants free stuff, call me. No, don't call me. I'm not giving out my phone number. Facebook me or email me, and I'll get y'all free stuff, and I'm hoping y'all will like the Facebook page, and I don't know, add me as a friend if we're not friends, so we can talk about Lux Lane Bernard and how great of a company it is. So, with that, yeah, let me know if y'all are interested in buying anything or getting any free stuff. Thanks and Gig'em.
Yeah. One person, Roper.
Switch one.
Y'all have a back there sweating like pigs in the pork factory. You can read it.
Point of information is
What? State your point.
do pigs sweat? Directed to Cole's caucus.
I'm back to your original point.
I don't actually have any control over the AC. You can scoot forward. We can open those two sets of doors to move the air around.
Let's please try to open the doors. Can folks get on that and see if we can get a proper open? Next, that concludes. So we got a lot to do tonight, and I really don't ask y'all to stay later than 11:30 during finals week, so please stay with me. For organizational forum, I've been made aware of one item, Jose Luis, with the Council for Minority Student Affairs. You have 5 minutes starting at
Howdy.
Howdy.
We just want to introduce ourselves to y'all. First of all, we want to say thank you very much and congratulations for being part of the 64 session. We're really looking forward into working with y'all this coming year. Congratulations to everybody who made it, who knows who got reelected. It'll be a great year here at Texas A&M in Nightland. So CMSA wants to welcome the 64th session on behalf of many organizations on campus. CMSA has been I'm sorry. CMSA in the past has been supported by many organizations on campus, and on behalf of many organizations, Texas A&M University, we want to welcome you and want to tell you that congratulations. So we're looking forward to working with you in creating a better IELAB, one that is accepting for every IE and their values. The 63rd session brought unity to a lot of groups here at Texas A&M, and we're hoping that the 64th section will bring victory that will be celebrated across campus, one that promotes diversity, one that respects diversity, one that is not only tolerant but is respectful of every values here at Texas A&M. One of our concerns as an organization, though, is that we do agree that HB 3015, the tuition set aside bill, needs revision because it has no accountability for the governing parties of the bill. But by eliminating it totally, it will negatively impact those of the lower socioeconomic status and these students. These students are already under immense stress and pressure due to the lack of funding for state financial aid. We do agree that this bill needs revision at the state level, but tuition increase not. But don't target those that have low socioeconomic level by completely eliminating the 20% set aside. So we are once again congratulations and be here. I am the currently president for the Council for Minority Student Affairs for the incoming year. So once again, want to welcome you and congratulations for being part of the 64th session. Thanks and give.
Moving on, this was not on the agenda, and I apologize, I did email it out, it's in your inboxes, but without objection, we need to approve the previous meeting's minutes. Seeing none, they're approved. Next we have the consent agenda, and just again as an explanation for new senators, this is the first time you've seen this. The consent agenda is not something that we have to discuss. If any senator objects to anything being on the consent agenda for any reason, we take it off and consider it as a normal resolution, and it has presentation, debate, and all that. But otherwise, we just pass the bills that are on there, which is why it behooves you to read them beforehand. So anyways, without objection, we will approve the consent agenda. Sorry, say that again. Oh yes, so the two bills on the consent agenda. Now, as a normal practice, I will not be telling everybody what's on the consent agenda because you should read it beforehand. But this being the first time, I will say the first resolution is congratulating. The first resolution is congratulating the College of Ag on the 100-year anniversary. And the second resolution is a general thank you to the 63rd session for their service. So anyways, without objection, we will approve the consent agenda. Seeing no objection, it is approved. Next, we move into Executive Council confirmations. For confirmations, again, we have 10 minutes for presentation, 15 minutes for Q&A. No, I'm sorry. 10 and 10, with 15 minutes of debate per candidate. Now, I will pause for a moment to hear any motions. State your motion.
Point of parliamentary inquiry, do we
Yes.
need to suspend the bylaws, or was I out for that moment?
Suspend the bylaws.
Do we need to? Point of parliamentary inquiry?
That,
If you-
do you want to hold on just a second?
Yes.
I'll answer that point.
Go on.
Okay, so we have two potential additionals. I mean, I can go ahead and say it because it was mentioned in open forum. To add these two to confirmation process, somebody needs to make a motion to suspend the bylaws and add them.
Mr. Speaker, I motion to suspend the bylaws.
And-
Executive confirmation.
And do what?
And you know, I want to add, regretfully I say this, I want to add Robert James Scoggins and Kevin Pollock.
Okay, that motion has been made. Do I see a second? I see multiple seconds. All those in favor of suspending the bylaws, this requires 2/3, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, that passes. So now we will consider, and their confirmation material has been sent to you as well. So this gives us 5 total confirmands, I believe? 4, that's right, 4. Chair Harris?
I just had a point of information. How long do we have to beat?
11:30 on paper,
Okay.
and we're going to try to stick to that. We're going to make our best effort. With that said, so as I said, so the rules will be 15 minutes of debate per candidate, 10 and 10. Yes.
I move to amend the rules of debate.
Yes.
To shorten the time allotted for each candidate
To what time?
I withdraw my motion so that.
Okay.
I'm going to be amend the presentation rules, seeing 5 minutes per presentation, 2 minutes for Q&A, and 5 minutes of debate.
Yeah, second that.
We're remaining with 1 2.5 minute recognition per side.
Give me it, yeah.
Okay, that motion has been made. It has been seconded. All those in favor, this requires 2/3, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say nay. Okay, that will be 2.5, that will be 5 minutes debate per candidate. Chair Harris?
Just another point. Or is this a ballot vote?
Yes, this will be a ballot vote, and we will get those out to you immediately. And actually, Chair Harris, if you want to help distribute this. Also, I'll say real quick, it would of course be in order to extend debate on any candidate if you see that is necessary. But we will not begin with 15 minutes of debate. That said, go ahead, sir. You have 5 minutes starting at how do you your presentation.
All right. Howdy.
Howdy.
Well, first of all, before I let these awesome individuals introduce themselves to you, I did want to first thank you for making that motion to see Kevin and Robert up for confirmation here. So I've got both of their applications, and Robert Scoggins, my appointee for special advisor to the SPP, has a strategic plan here. So if anybody wants them, I'm going to start them here, and they can make their way across. So first, I just want you to hear from them. So we'll start with my appointee for Vice President of Community Relations, and I'll let her introduce herself.
Howdy, my name is Audrey Richardson, and I'm a sophomore econ major from Tyler, Texas.
Alright, howdy, my name is Emily Young. I'm a junior political science major from Dallas, Texas, and I'm up for VP of Development.
Howdy, my name is Kevin Pollock. I'm a freshman chemical engineering major from Uvalde, Texas.
Hi, my name is Robert Scoggins, and I'm a junior communication major. Yes, present. From Austin, Texas, and I'm up for special advisor. And I'm also the loudest and proudest member of the Fight Texas IU class of 2012.
Hey!
On your face.
All right. Well, while he pushes, I will Chief of Comedy Chris Tucker says you have seen privileges. So there we go. Okay. Well, just real briefly, we'll go down the line here. Audrey Richardson for Community Relations. First, I don't know if this is going to come up in debate or whatnot, but just in full disclosure, I know we talked about it at our last meeting. But basically what happened with community relations, why this position became a position, I guess you could say, is after y'all decided to, or no, this was the 63rd, decided to set precedence for the 64th to have a community relations chair to focus on community issues. That happened after we were already moving forward with our org chart of what all my positions were going to be, and we thought that to keep a more working together, balanced SGA, we should offer Chair Barber a counterpart on the exec side to work with. And so what we did is, because the applications had already been turned in at that point, everybody that applied for Vice President of Legislative Relations, half of their job description was what her job description is. So they were applying for a position. So we did not create a new position. We split LR into Vice President of LR and Vice President of CR. So if that makes sense, feel free in Q&A to ask more questions about that. So moving on to Audrey. She ended up doing a total of 3 interviews. For this, right? 3? Yes, we ended up doing 3 because we ended up interviewing her and her CR and LR interview, and then also we wanted to do a second interview with our final 2 candidates. Audrey was outstanding. She's got great plans for how she's going to be learning about the issues that are going on. And one of the most amazing things, how many?
2 minutes.
Whoa, okay. She's going to be awesome. Ask us more Q&A so we can tell you more about her. Moving on, Emily Young for development. Emily just came from COSGA. She was the director of programming in Fight Tech Zag COSGA. And she has amazing plans for how we can really just absolutely make development the best year we've ever had. In fact, she's already got plans, and I believe has already started working on this really cool golf tournament to do in the fall that could raise us a lot of money at almost no cost, which is always great. So I'm really excited to see how the BRIC campaign also is going to be jazzed up with Emily. Moving on to Mr. Kevin Pollack. As you know, Special Advisor and VP of Finance was something I had to reopen the application for, and I'm so glad that Kevin applied because he has a very good, he was a fish aide this year. He's a freshman, and will be a sophomore next year, serving on my team if you confirm him. And cool thing about Kevin is Kevin was on Senate as, I believe, the Operations Commission. Senate was his role for fish aides, and so he has the exec committee side of things and understands our 15 committees, and he also understands how Senate works. And he's got relationships in both areas. And that's really important for Vice President of Finance because they're really that kind of mediator, working with the Appropriations Chair here in Senate. So that's really, really important that he's got kind of both those mediator and understands both sides. And then also he is an engineer, so he knows math, and these problems are going to be just a walk in the park. Moving on to one of your very own, Senator Scoggins, hopefully soon to be Special Advisor Scoggins. Take a look at his strategic plan. I mean, it absolutely blew me away. I was sitting in my office and trying to figure out who I was going to appoint for this, and he absolutely has great plans for how he can help our entire team and Senate and our student body really understand how SGA works and help me understand that and really get some new, fresh things done. So, really excited about these people, and here we go with question and answer.
Excellent, great. Questions, Senator Roberts, 2 minutes for question and answer.
Peyton Roberts, off campus. Do you mind talking about the non-voting member seat in City Council?
Thank you, Peyton. First off, I would like to say that through work that Bryce and Ryan and Clark and the rest of EA has done, the non-voting member on College Station City Council is a very real possibility. Most of the work is done. Now it's just a problem of getting that implemented and actually putting someone there. And over the course of this next year, that is exactly what we're going to do. It's my first initiative as VP of CR, and either myself or someone that Jeff appoints will be taking that position.
Thank you. All right, next, Esparza.
Chris Esparza. This is for Jeff, RSD Pickering. Did you revise and make public a new position description for the new position?
For
CR.
CR, the split position? I don't think it's up on the website. Then again, I don't think any of these are on the website. The basic job description, I mean, at the most basic level, is to be the representation of any bills that come out of this body to our local city councils and mayors, I guess. There is not, we have a job description written, but I have not uploaded that to the website or anything. It hasn't been made public.
Yes, I will.
What about follow-up campus-wide email?
Campus-wide email? No, we did not send a campus-wide email about this position because, like I said, it was a position that I felt was a
30
split
seconds.
of one of the people who have already gone for it, not a totally new one.
Next we have Chair Barber.
Yeah, Drew Barber, CR. Scoggins, with the number of positions I nominated you for in Senate, why did you feel it was necessary to make the jump to the executive side and kind of turn your, I'm sorry.
10 seconds.
And kind of, why?
Well, Drew, I know you also nominated me for 9 other positions in our fraternity. So, but the reason I applied for this position is that this is where I thought I could do the best job.
Okay, thank you. With that, that closes period of question and answer. If you all will please step out, we will move into debate. All right. With that, we will. Let me write down my. First, we will go into debate for Audrey Richardson for Community Relations. I see Chair Barber. Yes, please do that.
Okay, cool. All right. Howdy, guys.
Howdy.
At first, I will be extremely honest with you and say I was very, very, very angry and upset with this position being made. I felt like there was some closed door stuff that had happened, and there's some kind of, I don't want to say shady because that's not the appropriate word, but shady things that have happened in making this position. But sat down with Davenport, sat down with Jeff, and I assure you guys this position that Audrey is the right one to do the job. I served under her in legislative relations last year. She was the assistant director. She knows her stuff. And let me tell you that she's my next door neighbor next year, so I'm comfortable working with her as a team. And I think we can get great things accomplished. I didn't even realize Davenport was still in here. I wouldn't have said those nasty things before. Just kidding. But anyway, Audrey Richardson is the right person for this job. She'll do a fantastic job. There is no reason why she shouldn't be confirmed. With that, I would like to, how much time do I have?
You have 1.5 minutes.
I'd like to get the Peyton Robbins.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Guys, just to be honest with you, Audrey's a really good friend of mine. I'm starting an organization right now, and some of the things we're trying to do is push legislation. If you're interested about that, I can talk to you about it later. But the first person I called was Audrey. She's on LR right now. She goes to Austin at least once a month. She does a lot of good things for Texas A&M. I think she'd be great for this position. There's no doubt in my mind that she'd be the best person for this job. And I yield to Marco.
Howdy. Just really quickly to address the concern about there not being a campus-wide email or anything like that. Whenever these interviews were happening,
1 minute.
What?
1 minute.
Whenever these interviews were happening, people were giving questions and responses about EA issues, right? So they were talking in their interviews about CR and about what is now LA. So it's not like there wasn't any sort of misgivings or anything like that. These people were interviewing for positions. So basically now, instead of it being just one position, because Senate split it up, don't hold exec council in contempt for something that the Senate did, right? That wouldn't make a lot of sense. It wouldn't be very fair. Instead of messing around, Jeff just took all the answers that he had, because 50% of the answers were about CR, and made the decision based on that. And then he, from that, narrowed it down to another round of interviews. And he didn't do anything shady or misguided. Beyond that, the student body president has the ability to appoint who they think is going to be the best person to help them, and also as many positions as they want to help them. So it's really not the purview of Student Senate to be like, hey, Jeff, we don't think you should have these people, because it's actually outlined in the Constitution. The student body president gets to pick cabinet officers that he wants that will help him do the job that he needs. There's no one specifically objecting to Audrey specifically, so let's not make this a procedural waste of time. Let's confirm the person to do the job.
Okay, seeing debate against, Chair Thornburg.
Chair Thornburg, appropriations now? County Senate.
Howdy.
So, I do have some problems with this. Exec board sent out, or not exec board, SVP Pickering sent out another email asking people to apply for the new positions that we're filling tonight who get to work with me. I don't understand why he couldn't have added that position that we're talking about right now for CR to that, just to make it more transparent, which is kind of what he ran on in the first place. And I'm not bashing exec or anything or anyone in here, but I just think we could have done this another way, and I don't think it's fair to the student body or some of the people who applied for LR who came to me and talked to me about this and how they weren't offered another interview for this position even though they applied for LR. So when Jeff stood up here and said that everyone was given an interview if they applied for LR that he may have misspoken, I don't know, but that's not true as far as I'm concerned from who I've talked to. So and like Mark said, I don't have a problem with any of this, to be quite honest, except that it wasn't done in the right way. And you know, I've been in Senate for a little bit, not as long as some people, but it's not fair to the student body, and that's what y'all ran on, is for our constituents. And if we're going to get up here and rush people through without the student body knowing that the position was even open, that's not fair at all. And I hope you guys choose to not pass this or to not confirm right now, because it's not right. And I feel like I'm walking in circles. Does anyone else want to talk? All right, here comes Senate.
Okay, with that ends the period of debate. We will enter a period of voting.
Motion to extend or reopen debate. Is that possible?
That is possible. That would require 2/3 majority to do. I see a second.
For 5 minutes, there's no time. That's a 5 minute debate.
Okay, so an additional one recognition per side. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. And do I see a second? I see seconds. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
In the opinion of the chair, the nays do have that.
Oh, division.
No.
It's too late. You could move to appeal the decision of the chair.
I'm going to appeal the decision of the chair.
Point of order.
Yes.
According to Robert's rules, even after the result of the vote has been called, someone can still call for division and have a standing vote to challenge that.
Okay. Apparently I've been the same for a couple of years. That being said, then, all in favor, please stand. All in favor of reopening debate for one recognition per side. I see 20. All opposed, please stand. If at least 10 stand, it fails. This clearly fails. That being said, we will move into a period of voting. Do we have ballots? Have those been distributed? Okay, great, thank you. Chairs, please collect the ballots.
Okay, I'll wait. So this is supposed to be
Secret, right?
This is just for Audrey Richardson, statement point.
Is this a secret ballot?
That question has just been raised. I have been under the impression for a long time that they are secret ballots, but we are going to double check on that. Yes. Okay, a motion has been made that this vote be made a secret ballot one way or the other. I do see seconds. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, that passes. So these are now secret ballots.
I guess no. Best friends in the world.
And just FYI, that motion only applied to this particular ballot. So another motion would need to be made to apply to the other chairs. I just don't want confusion over that.
That kind of sucks. So like a year later.
Okay, with that, it looks like the ballots are more or less collected. If you still need to turn in a ballot, you can do that. But we are going to go ahead and move into debate 4, Emily Young for the position of development. Do I see a 4? 4, Emily Young for the position of development. Okay, Mark Womack.
Howdy, Emily Young's awesome. Known her for a little while now. There's no reason I think that's the reason why no one wants to debate for her, because nobody wants to debate against her. She's amazing. She's done an excellent job. Everything that she's done, I've known her for a couple of different things. Everything she does well. So I think really diversifying the revenue streams by doing booths, golf tournaments, is really going to expand development. So she's great.
Okay, saying that, that closes debate 4. Any debate against confirming Emily Young for development? Going once, going twice, closed. We will move into a position of, or a period of voting. Please fill out your ballots for Emily Young for development. And chairs, please.
This is not a secret ballot.
This is not a secret ballot at this time. I see a motion.
I move for secret ballot.
The motion has been made, seconded. All in favor, please say.
I move to amend the current motion to say the remainder of the competition tonight be made a secret ballot.
Point of order. You can't amend the motion to change the way it's just an amendment.
Okay, that is amended.
That's fine.
So
the motion can be remade.
A motion has been made at this time to make this particular ballot a secret ballot, not applying to any of the other confirmations we do tonight. That being said, is there a second? There is a second. All in favor of making this vote a secret ballot, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Nay. Okay, that passes. State your point.
To make all confirmation votes secret ballot.
A motion has been made to make to amend the rules of debate to make all ballots secret. That has been made. Just to clarify, is this exact confirmations or all confirmations?
Exact.
Okay, this is exact confirmations. Only it's been seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Nay. Chair is going to call zone division. All in favor, please stand.
What?
Yes. If you are in favor of the rest of exact confirmations, meaning 2 more also being secret ballots. I see 37. Opposed, please stand. Okay, clearly passes. Thank you. So the remainder of the exact confirmations will be secret ballots. Does anybody in the room need more ballots before we continue? Senator Brown. Okay, with that, if the body can please return to order. We'll move into a period of debate for Kevin Pollock for the position of VP of Finance. Do I see debate 4? Debate for Kevin Pollock for the position of Finance VP. Is that a vote? Is that a ballot or 4? 4. Okay, Senator McDonald.
Just really quickly, I've gotten to work with Kevin Pollock in the 63rd session. I've seen him. He's awesome. He's wonderful. He'll do a great job next year. I think we should go ahead and confirm him. Done.
Okay. Debate against. Going once, going twice, closed. We will move to period of voting. Chairs, please collect ballots. Yes. We need ballots back there. Okay. Please keep it in order here. The meeting is still in order. All right, the last couple of ballots look like they're coming in. So with that, we will move to Robert Scoggins for Special Advisor. Do I see debate 4?
I mean 4, yeah.
Okay, Senator Esparza.
Bob's going to be my roommate next year. He's worked in SGA his entire time in, here at Texas A&M. He's a really dedicated guy. He's done the communications plans. He's done work on both the exec side and the Senate side. I think he's very experienced. I think he'll help ensure that both sides are working together and we get a lot done. I'll yield to Senator or Chair Barber.
I give Scoggins a hard time, but to be honest, he's qualified to be student body president. He would do a great job. I'm not suggesting that much. He would excel in that position. He's going to excel in this position. And with that, I'll yield.
Okay, with that closes debate 4. Debate against. Let's see, debate against. Going once, going twice, closed. We're moving into period of voting. Chairs, please collect ballots.
Do you mind having extra ballots?
Ballots, who needs one? Ballots?
I got them. Take
We have 6. Yeah, because you're such a big...
We're only waiting on one tally, so just give us just a minute. We're waiting on one ballot, and we'll be done in just a second. And just so the body knows, I'm going to bring them in, and if you could please hold your applause until I've made my announcement so that they can hear what I say, just because we don't want any confusion. So I will go ahead and make the body aware that with the exception of Audrey Richardson, every confirmation has passed. So if you can go ahead and bring them in and hold your applause, I will announce it, and then we will applaud and swear in those that are. Okay. So you all are aware of the confirmations. All have passed with the exception of Audrey Richardson for community relations. So let's congratulate those that have been confirmed. And the Chief Justice will now swear in those that have been confirmed.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
To faithfully execute to the best of my ability.
To faithfully execute to the best of my ability.
The office of, state your office.
The office of Special Advisor to the Student Body President.
And at all times to protect the welfare of the student body.
And at all times to protect the welfare of the student body.
And to promote good relations between the students.
And to promote good relations between the students.
And those concerned with the university.
And those concerned with the university.
Congratulations.
Okay, thank you. Next we will move into appropriations confirmations. And this is also 10 minutes of presentation, 10 minutes of Q&A, 5 minutes of Q&A, I'm sorry.
If y'all want to cut it, you can.
And is the debate per candidate or is the debate for the committee as a whole? Okay, that motion has been made. Do I see a second? I see seconds. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. Okay, in the opinion of the chair, that passes, but please maintain order and pay attention to the proceedings. With that, you may begin your presentation. Howdy, you have 5 minutes.
Howdy, Senate.
Howdy.
I'm here with half of my appropriations committee because no one applied for the other half.
Hey!
We had 4 applicants, and I'll let them introduce themselves in a minute, and I have their applications, and they're phenomenal, and I'm going to kind of point out what I liked in each of their applications and how great they're going to be on the committee, but I'm going to let y'all know right now, I'm going to reopen the application process to fill the other 4 positions, so please apply because you have a really good chance of getting it if you are really good at writing applications and are here to fit my needs. So, as a appropriation chair. So, I'm going to start with Catherine. Just to clarify. Catherine has been in the Senate for a while. She's been here, and she has a lot of experience, and even though she hasn't been in any of the other committees, she's used a lot of them, and she's been to the events, and she wants to help in any way she can as that kind of senior senator. So that's what I really liked about her application. Oliver is COSGA, and that's so cool because I love COSGA. So he kind of has that, and COSGA doesn't take money from SGA, but they're still a part of SGA, so I liked that part of his application. Amanda is on Fish Aids, I guess you could still say, and she's been in Senate, and she's now our pro temp, and she wants to help again, and she's business genius, so I'm hoping that's going to help us out. And then Chris Esparza kind of had some really amazing ideas about how we're going to go about going to the committees and showing them not only how much they mean to us, but how much we mean to them, not only as Senate, but as appropriations. And so these four are going to fit perfectly into my committee, and I'm hoping there's four more of you out there that want to be on my committee also, but right now we're just here for them. I'm going to let them introduce themselves and talk about why they wanted to join appropriations if we have time.
We have 3 minutes.
Okay, go for it. Chris.
Okay, howdy, I'm Chris Esparza. I'm a sophomore political science major from McAllen, Texas. And I wanted to join appropriations just because I saw how the process worked last year. It's pretty clean cut process. It's outlined in the bylaws. But I just think just the tone of the whole committee process could be a little better, and I hope to contribute to that and improve it a little bit. We don't have enough money for all the committees to fulfill all the needs, but we can go about it in the right way and make sure no one feels like they are not valued in student government.
Howdy, I'm Amanda Hathaway. I'm a freshman business major from Austin, Texas. And I wanted to join this committee just because I've had experience with some of the executive committees. I was on Fish Aids, and I will be a Fish Aids parent next year. So I see that side of it from the committee standpoint, but I'm also a member of Senate and in the business school, and I've had experience with budgets through internships and stuff like that. So I understand having to deal with those issues as well.
Hi, Oliver Chen. I'm a junior chemical engineering major from Pole Rock, Texas. I'm new to Senate, but one of the reasons why I be on appropriations because past 2 years I've been in COSGA committee, and I've been learning from other schools as well as our schools about different SGA committees, how they work, their purpose, kind of their structure. So I'm hoping my experience in COSGA is going to help me just kind of deal with appropriations.
My name is Catherine Neidecker. I'm a sophomore accounting major in San Antonio, Texas, and as I've said before, I've served as my class treasurer for the past few years. So things like this, budgetary things are fun for me, and I'm really interested in getting to know exactly how each committee, how all the committees work and how they want to, this is awful, sorry. Okay, I want to treat every committee fairly and make sure that at least that my vote is as unbiased as possible, and I think that's really possible since I've never served on an SGA committee. Senate is my only involvement in SGA, and I want to make sure that their requests are heard and that I can make the most informed and most unbiased vote possible. That's my committee. Any questions?
Okay, with that, we'll move into 2.5 minutes for question and answer. Do I see any questions? Senator Bowen.
This is a question for each candidate, so just kind of go along the line and answer them. Tell me about a time you have told someone no.
Those are the time when you approached me about bills.
I come from a really dynamic family, to put it nicely. We're Italian, so it's just I mean, if you've ever seen Jersey Shore, it's kind of like that sometimes. So I've had to deal with people who have very passionate personalities, so I've had experience on a personal level with that. And professionally, I'm in the Senate, so I deal with that sometimes, but not as much.
For me, doing engineering projects and things like that, people make requests on doing things a certain way for different projects, and sometimes, usually I take charge and I kind of have to tell them no if they have ideas that aren't going to work for a project.
Being class treasurer, everybody wanted to use our money to do all kinds of things. People would want 5 T-shirts in 1 year, banquet, retreat, all this, and I always had to tell them oh, our budget's only $2,500. We can only do this. You can't have this. You can't have that, and kind of disappoint people sometimes. But it was for the better, so that everything could fall within our budget.
Thank you.
Okay, Lindsay Sullivan with Senator Lindsay Sullivan with one minute for me.
Okay, Senator Sullivan off campus. This is for each of y'all. Do you see yourself as the kind of person who likes to go along with the way things are being done in the past? And if you feel that they've been okay, or are you the kind of person who likes to change things up?
Oh, I've never really come into anything thinking that I want to change things up, but at the same time, I don't think I go necessarily with the norm. I just make decisions based on just what I'm feeling and what my individual
30 seconds.
Like take on everything is.
Everything's always changing. Different committees have different needs every year that they grow and move on. So wanting to change things just that's not really me. I just see what's appropriate for the moment.
I make changes where appropriate. I'll be really quick, but as you've seen in Senate, I'm okay with making changes, even if it's something as small as seating arrangements to adding process documents, and I would bring the same kind of attitude towards appropriations.
And Senator Esparza gets 1 sentence.
Thank you. I'd like to just adaptable to different situations, so if necessary.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great, thanks. And with that, if y'all can please step out of the room, we will go into debate. Okay, and just to remind the body, when we do go into voting, we're voting on the committee as a whole. That motion was made. So anyways, with that, debate, this is again 1 recognition per side, 2.5 minutes per recognition. Debate 4. Debate 4. Okay. Senator McDonald.
If you want to be on this and help out, then you should have applied, so I don't see why you wouldn't confirm them now. So. Okay,
seeing that, debate against. Going once, going twice, closed. Debate is one-sided. We will move to period of voting. Remember, you are voting on the committee as a whole, and chairs, please collect the ballots once you have filled in the ballots.
Does anybody need another ballot?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Call it Appropriations Committee.
I think Natalie will do distributing. Yes, all of say appropriations. Oh, is that one for everybody?
Anybody else need another ballot? You do have to have a ballot that says motion, not race.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Never mind.
More ballots.
Yes.
Who needs, we're voting one more time. Who needs another ballot? Anybody else need another
I don't have anything to do tomorrow. There's, like, as far as like a place to be, but I work at 6.
Do you also work at?
No, I'm an SI leader. So when I say I go to work, I work from 6 to 7. I teach 1 class. So I've got 1 hour of scheduled time. Pretty excited. Phil 240. What's your major? What's your major? The major?
Please return to order. There's a motion on the floor.
With 3 questions per bill, and then 6 minutes of debate with 1.5 minute recognitions on each side for a total of 4 recognitions.
Okay, so I will restate that for the body. The motion's been made for the remaining business, so bills for the rest of the night. 4-minute presentation, 3 questions per bill, and 6 minutes of debate, 4 recognitions total, so 1.5 minutes twice each side. That motion has been made to get through our agenda. Do I see a second? I see seconds. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, that clearly passes. All right. Now, do we have results for appropriations? Oh, you did. Did I take it? Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You're right. Wow. So that's, let me count stuff on 49 minus 4 is 45, so 43. Okay, so that passes 43 to 2. You can go and bring it back in. It's different.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Oliver Shagler,
Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear
To faithfully execute to the best of my ability.
to faithfully execute to the best of my ability
The office of Appropriations Committee.
the office of Appropriations Committee
For the Texas A&M University Student Government Association.
for the Texas A&M University Student Government Association,
And at all times to protect the welfare of the student body.
and at all times to protect the welfare of the student body
And to promote good relations between the students
and to promote good relations between the students
and those concerned with the university.
and those concerned with the university.
Congratulations.
We do not have. Okay. With that, we'll move into Operations Committee confirmations. And Operations Committee is, again, 10 minutes present, unless a motion is made. Say your
I
motion.
motion to move the presentation of 2 minutes, 2.5 question and answering, 5 minutes debate.
1 per side. That motion has been made. It's been seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, so that passes. So you have 2 minutes starting now.
Okay. Hi guys. Just real quick, Mariana Fernandez is up for confirmation to be Director of Archives. She decided to apply after hearing that we still needed some positions filled, and she's really excited about working to make sure that all of our previous records from past sessions dating back to like the 1980s and 1970s are recorded and preserved so that all of those records can be used for us as a resource. And basically that's it. We're still looking for people for Operations Committee, so if anyone's interested, feel free to apply. And that's all I have.
Okay, so that was 30 seconds. With that, any questions for...
Sorry.
Yeah, just, do you have any
Go ahead.
questions?
Questions?
No, okay.
Go up. I see one. Robertson, Senator Robertson.
Why are
Okay, honestly, I think it's a lot of fun. And it's a way for me to relax, because you're doing something, you're being productive, but at the same time, it's not something that you have to like focus on. I don't know.
And her
I'm weird, okay?
Her application really focused on the organization factor, which is awesome. Doing that for archives. Yeah, it's fun.
Further questions? Going once, going twice. Question and answer is closed. If you will please step outside. That's in order.
I moved for
We have to debate first. That's okay. So we will move to period of debate. All four. Chair Harris.
Chair Harris, constituency affairs. So I've never ran into someone quite so interested and excited about rules and regulations. Maybe Sheriff Bain is a close second, but just an outstanding person. And I know I was talking to her. She's also a conference leader, and I was talking to her about the C8, and she said, I really want to do C8, but first and foremost, I really want to do RR. She's very excited about rules and regulations. Please vote to confirm.
Okay, seeing that, debate against. Going once, going twice, seeing none, debate is one-sided. We'll move into, see a motion?
I motion for
Motion has been made for a voice vote. It's been appropriately seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
As opinion to chair, that does pass. With that, all in favor of confirming, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, in the opinion to chair, that clearly passes. Please bring us in.
Am I on the
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Mariana Fernandez,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to faithfully execute to the best of my ability
to faithfully execute to the best of my abilities
the position of Director of Archives
the position of Director of Archives
for the Texas A&M University Student Government Association,
for the Texas A&M Student Government Association,
and at all times to
And at-
protect the welfare of the student body
and at all times protect the welfare of the student body,
and to promote good relations between the students
and to promote good relations between the students
and those concerned with the university.
and those concerned with the university.
Okay, with that, we will move into new business, which I will go ahead and inform the body that the Internal Affairs Committee did vote to make all new business emergency legislation, so we will debate on and vote on those bills tonight. And also, we have 3 bill renewals, which do not require that they be sent to committee either, so we will also vote and or debate and vote on those bills as well. Somebody remind me, we said 4 minutes for presentation? Yes? Yeah? Okay, yeah, 4 minutes for presentation. So with that, our first bill is the Q-Drop extension bill. So go ahead, Chair Smith, and you have 4 minutes starting now.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Okay, this bill's pretty straightforward. It extends Q-Drop deadline from 50 days in the school semester to 60. I asked EDO Stevens to send y'all a spreadsheet that shows several classes in all of the colleges that have different results for, if you extend the Q-Drop from 50 days to 60 days, there are significant percentages of the amount of work done in those classes. This shows you how much the grade percentage is already calculated. For example, in history and history 403 and in college liberal arts, that is kind of a bad example in the fact that by that time, when 50 to 60 days has passed, only 40% of your grade has already been posted. But for example, in the College of Architecture, in COSC 153, if you were to extend the deadline by 10 days in class, you would go from 46.4% of the work done for your overall grade. It would increase up to 72.8%. That can make a real difference between knowing whether or not you need to drop the class or retake it, or just keep going. So, if any questions, bring it on.
Okay, with that, we close the presentation. I can take 3 questions. Senator Roberts.
Yeah, Nathan Roberts, off campus. Since there's guidelines on Q-Drops by the state, do they have a deadline as far as 50 days goes, or is that from Texas A&M?
As far as I know, no.
Okay.
No, the timeline, the dates, there's no, like, our sister school down the road in Austin, puts theirs up to the 60th day. So it's up to them to decide, each individual institution to decide what day they want to put it on. The only cap they put on is the amount, 6 total. And A&M limits that down to 3.
Follow up?
Oh, yes, go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. Do we have any type of procedures that the administration is going to need to follow? Do we know anything about what they're going to have to do to get this changed?
I've already spoken with EVP Watson and Pam Matthews in undergraduate studies. They've already assured me that this is something that's favored by several administrators, and this summer I'm going to be working with them to get those procedures underway.
Okay, thank you.
And just so the body's aware, I decided that the motion was unclear, so the 3 questions cannot extend past what we would normally do for 5 minutes. So anyways, with that, Senator Robertson.
Howdy, Senator Robertson. How many days remaining in the semester? How many days are after the 60-day drop?
There are 10 days. 10 days remaining.
2 days remaining in the semester?
Yes, 10 school days.
Okay, thank you. With that, Senator Mandry.
Tyler Mandry, engineering. Just to clarify, these are 10 class days.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. With that, we close question and answer. We will now move into a period of stage point.
Point of information. Would the bill offer be opposed to a slight amendment so that whereas one reads the students?
At this point, since question and answer has closed, a friendly amendment would be out of order, but we are in debate, and a formal motion to amend would be in order. So, do you have a motion?
I move to amend said bill to say, in whereas one, the students of Texas A&M as opposed to student.
Oh, yeah, grammatical things like that I have purview to change, so don't worry about those. We can do that, definitely. So anyways, debate for Senator Womack.
Howdy, Mark Womack off campus. This is a great bill. There's a lot of neat reasons to do this. This is not at all controversial. There's no impact that could be possibly detrimental to students by moving to the 60th day. I think Chris and Brody are exactly right to bring up this bill. This is something that would unquestionably serve students, and it's something that's completely possible. In discussions with Karen Watson that Brody has had, this is something that there are specific issues that need to be addressed, but this is something that absolutely serves students. There's no reason to vote against it. So with that, I'm sure there's not going to be anybody to vote for it. So let's just vote on this piece of legislation and get to advance that much faster.
Okay, with that, do I see any debate against? Going on. Oh, yes, Senator Roberts.
Peyton Roberts off campus. I'm not against extending this deadline. The only thing I want to say is we don't know exactly what we're going to do. This is the third year it's been brought up and nothing's changed, and I want to know why. I want to know why. Like, we haven't done anything. I want to know why the administration hasn't done anything. Maybe we're doing something wrong. I want to put procedures in there, and just like Tanner said last meeting, we're not here to push all these bills through and just rush them through. We're here to write good bills, and so I want to make sure that we have a good bill before we just push this one through, if that makes sense. All right.
Good, thank you. With that, debate for Chairman McNutt.
Yeah, howdy, Thomas McNutt, Student Services. I want to say that Brody has done a tremendous job in the research and background behind this bill. This is a phenomenal principle for the students. It's true there are some faculty members who do not support this for control and class reasons, but it's a phenomenal idea. I mean, there's some classes, guys, where you don't have anywhere close to half of your grade by the time the Q drop deadline comes up. So we're here to serve students. We're here to make changes and to give them benefits that they don't already have. This is a simple one that hurts no one and benefits the students. And I will yield to Chris's part.
How much time do I have?
You got 45 seconds.
The reason that this hasn't been implemented in the past is a complaint from the university's advisors and counselors that would put an extra burden on them at the last minute. You have a different faculty senate, just like you have a different student senate each year. So there are some who are for it, there are some who are against it. This is a good bill. It's consistently passed in past sessions. So there's not a problem with the bill itself. It's just, you have people in the faculty and administration who are for it, who are against it for different reasons, and one of them is that because it would put an extra burden on them, they said they'd have to work harder in the last week.
Mr. Speaker, I move the previous question.
That's out of order because I don't see any debate against, so I'm going to give just a second. Any debate against? Going once, going twice, seeing none. Debate is one-sided, and we will now move into period voting on this one. Please fill out your ballots. Chairs, please collect.
Motion for voice vote.
Oh, okay. A motion has been made for a voice vote. State your point.
Point of primary where, according to the bylaws, when clickers aren't in use, which they're not, the roll call is standard operating procedure.
Okay. Yeah, we changed that, didn't we? What's the motion?
Still voice vote.
The motion is still a voice vote. It's been seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Nay. Okay, the chair is going to call division. All in favor of voice vote, please stand. And this is majority. Two-thirds. This is two-thirds. Okay.
You say it loud.
Whatever words. See, we did this. Whatever words.
Make that more of a strength.
Duo.
I'm not gonna let you sit there. Okay, man. Split it up.
I see 33.
I'll make you sit me on.
All opposed, please stand. And chairs, you count two, and if you get something different, you tell me.
We count two. I'll make this up.
Okay, this motion does pass. We will take a voice vote. All those in favor of passing the piece of legislation, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
The bill does pass with a voice vote. With that, we will move into SB 64.2. Bill author, will please, you have 4 minutes starting ahead, sir.
What is this?
Howdy, Senate.
Howdy.
This issue was brought to my attention by a couple emails that I got. I'll read part of one of them to now. It's from Shannon in Houston. She said, "Hello, I'm a student in the College of Liberal Arts. Looking to contact one of my student senators who voiced concern about visual performing arts credit. As a student who have been involved in orchestra and violin performance for many years preceding college, I naturally want to continue my involvement joining the Texas A&M Orchestra, which is a 1-hour credit class in music from 283, nearly identical to the course structure